Diablo Immortal reportedly won't be released in Belgium or the Netherlands because of its loot boxes. Hello everyone, my name is Burning Wiki and welcome to my channel. And I am here on VGC and it says Blizzard's game will be released for mobile and PC elsewhere on June 2. And the fact that it is on mobile and PC already tells me it is gonna be a horrible game. Diablo Immortal won't be released in the Netherlands or in Belgium due to its use of loot boxes, according to an Activision Blizzard communication manager. The game, which will launch on mobile and as an open beta on PC on June the 2nd, was briefly available to pre-register on the Apple and Google Play app stores in the Netherlands and Belgium, but was removed after a few days. After asking why this was the case, the Dutch website Tweakers received a reply from Activision Blizzard communication manager for Benelux, who confirmed that the games would not be available in Belgium or the Netherlands. According to the communication manager, this is related to the current operating conditions for games in those countries. No, it isn't. It is because your game is utterly trash and is gonna let their players gamble. It's that simple. The fact that it comes out on mobile and PC, you're just gonna get a mobile game on PC stuffed with microtransactions. And I wish the rest of Europe and the rest of the world would join these two countries. I mean, guys, it's just a gambling game. They're now making cell phone gambling games and putting them on PCs. How low do we have to sink before other governments will also step in? The situation was further explained on the Diablo Immortal subreddit as spotted by GameIndustry.biz, where a Blizzard employee added, "Unfortunately, players in the Netherlands and Belgium will not be able to install Diablo Immortal due to the country's gambling restrictions. The loot boxes in the game are against the law in your country, so unless the gambling restrictions change, the game won't be released in the Netherlands and Belgium." They won't be released. In fact, there will be more legislation, hopefully, combating your absolute vampire behavior, because that's what it is. You're a leech. You're a vampire, EA. You're just a wallet vampire trying to suck the wallets dry of small children that play your game, that have no idea that they are being used in a gamble game and are not playing a normal game. So yeah. The employee then warned against trying to download the game from other regions' app store, saying it would be illegal for you to download the game in other country like France. If you manage to run the game, I cannot guarantee that you will not be banned for it. Don't worry, nobody will. Nobody will. And this is the second game that is now banned this year. The last one was Lost Ark, which was also a horrible wallet vampire of a game. Let me continue. In April 2018, the Belgian Gaming Commission found that loot boxes such as sold for real currency in FIFA's Ultimate Team mode constituted gambling. The commission then went as far recommending criminal prosecution against companies which continue to sell them in their games. As a result, games either have their loot boxes removed in Belgium or aren't sold there at all. For EA, for example, announced that in 2019 that it would no longer sell FIFA points in Belgium. The reason for Blizzard's decision not to sell the game in the Netherlands is a little less clear, because in March this year a major court case found that loot boxes aren't always in violation of the country's gambling laws. And it says here, Dutch court overrules decision to fine EA 10 million for FIFA loot boxes. And I think a $10 million fine is nothing for these companies. That is like coming up to me and say, here is a 10-cent fine because you drove through a red traffic light. These fines need to be way more substantial, because 10 million is something that EA earns in a day, right? I don't know, but you know, these guys make silly amounts of money. 10 million is nothing for them. Let me continue. The Court of the Den Haag decided in October 2020 that the Netherlands Gaming Authority would be allowed a fine EA $500,000 every week it continued to sell loot boxes in FIFA Ultimate Team, after the feature was deemed to be violating of gaming rules. However, in March 2022, the Dutch Administration Jurisdiction Division of the Council of State ruled that the provision finding an unjustified penalty and that EA no longer had to pay the fine. The new finding is not definitive conclusion on whether loot boxes are gambling. Rather, it's simply a ruling that under Dutch gambling laws, a gaming license, i.e. a gambling license, is only needed if the game of chance aspects is a standalone product, like a slot machine, rather than a single element of a larger game of skill. And this is going to be changed, guys. I am Dutch, and the Dutch legislation is already trying to change this, because we don't like these big companies preying on our people, you know, selling them loot boxes. You have 12-year-olds, 9-year-olds playing this game, and you don't want to breed future gambling addicts. It's that simple, basically, right? It's just a horrible monetization system. And this was all for now. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave me a like, really helps me with the channel. Come chat with us in Discord and follow me on Twitter. All the links are in the description. My name is Burning Wiki, and I will see you all next time.